Namaste children. Hope all are enjoying your lengthy holidays. Is it not children? Okay. Let me come to studies children. Today I am going to teach greetings and introduction from Employability Skills book. What do you mean by greetings children? Before we start our speech to someone who is not familiar to us, we will use certain words like hello sir, how are you, like that, no? Those words are called greetings. Suppose if we want to introduce ourselves to others, how will you do that children? For example, if I want to introduce myself, what I will say? My name is Sri Priya Srinivasan. My native place is Kadalur. I am working as a computer science teacher in a reputed school. I have 10 years of teaching experience. Like that I will say. Suppose if you want to introduce your friend, how will you introduce? She is Chitra. She is my close friend. Her house is near to my house. She do crafts very well. She play veena also, like that. So, in this lesson, we are going to see the types of greetings and examples of introduction. Okay, children? Greetings. There are many ways to greet a person. The greeting and reply to a greeting at work is different from the greeting and reply given to a friend. Is it not children? Similarly, there are many ways to say goodbye when you depart. The greetings change depending upon who we are talking to, even according to the time of the day. Greeting helps us start a conversation nicely. Now I am going to tell how to greet a person according to time. Suppose if you meet your friend from early morning to 11:59 a.m., what you have to say? You have to say good morning. Suppose if you want to greet your friend from 12 p.m. to about 5 p.m., you have to say good afternoon. Suppose if you meet your friend from 5 p.m. to midnight, you have to say good evening. Okay. We usually do not greet people by saying good night even if it is night. We say good night only end of the conversation. Next topic is types of greetings. There are two ways of greetings. One is formal greeting, another one is informal greeting. Formal greetings are used if you do not know the person. It is used to greet senior, elderly person or people with whom we have formal relations like teachers or customers. This is used more often in schools, colleges and offices. I will give some examples for formal greeting. Greeting, good morning everybody. If you greet like that, what reply you will get? Good morning ma'am. Another example. Good morning sir. Reply what you will get? Good morning everyone. If you get the greeting, hello sir, how are you? What you will reply? Very well, thank you. How are you? Another example. How are you Tina? I am doing well. How are you sir? Like that you will give reply. Then what do you mean by informal greetings? What is the use of informal greetings? Informal greetings are used when you talk to friends, family or a known person. I will give some examples for informal greetings now. If you greet hi, what reply you will get? Hello or hi you will get. If you greet hi, how are you doing? What reply you will get? Hi, I am doing great. If you greet hi, what is another type of reply you will get? Good. Good to meet you. Like that it goes on. Next topic is introducing yourself and others. When you are meeting someone for the first time, or if others want to know about you, you need to introduce yourself. You can do this by telling your name and some general information like about your hometown, your job or subjects as a student, your interest, etc. When introducing yourself, remember to look at the other person and smile. So when you are introducing yourself, what you have to do? You have to say your name, your hometown. If you are a student, which class, which school you are studying, like that you have to tell. What is the important point? You have to speak to them with a smile. Okay, don't forget that. Next one is, how will you introduce someone to others? We can introduce someone to others by telling their name, what they do, how we know them, or even by describing something interesting about them. Okay? That's all, children. The lesson over. Greetings and introduction lesson over. Now I am going to start talking about self session. Suppose if you want to talk to a new person, okay, in that situation you have to tell about yourself. Then only you can talk to them fluently. So what you have to do? You have to introduce yourself and you have to tell some information about yourself. So in this session you will learn how to describe yourself and how you will write about yourself. Okay, children? Shall we see? Talking about yourself. When you meet someone for the first time, they may want to know more about you. You will need to introduce yourself by telling them about yourself. Usually, how will you start? By telling your name. Then what you will do? You will talk about other things such as what you do, your age, where you are living, like that. Your likes, dislike, like that you will talk, no? For all these sentences, you will use nouns and verbs. What do you mean by noun, children? This grammar and all already you learnt in English subject, no? Tell me now, what do you mean by noun? Noun is a naming word that is used for a person, place, thing or idea. I'll give some examples. Akbar, Delhi, football, music. These are the examples of noun. And what do you mean by verb? A verb is a doing word that tells us what the noun does. Examples for verb: play, like, eat, drink, write, like that. Okay. Here you have to note that verbs with an ing ending can also act as nouns. Swimming is an example. We can talk about likes and dislikes using nouns as well as verbs that end with ing. For example, cycling and swimming. In your book, they gave one tabular column. In that tabular column, they gave many examples for talking about yourself. I am attaching the tabular column in this slide. Read that, children. Sometimes instead of talking, you will have to write about yourself in a form. A form is a typed or printed page with blank spaces for information. Each form is different, so you should read it properly before filling. Okay, children? Write neatly, taking care to use the correct spellings. A form usually has the following fields for personal information. Okay. Let me read some of the field. Before going to that, I'll ask one question. How many of you filled form so far? What are the types of forms you filled? Suppose if you want to register anything in online, what they are providing in Google Forms, many of you filled your details, your name, class and section, like that. In our school also, Bhaskaracharya lab, in that lab they are introducing courses, many of them are studying that also. For that they send one form, like that you saw many forms. So before filling the form, you have to go through the form, because based on that form only you will get a certificate or other details. So future purpose they will keep this form wherever you are sending. So when you are filling the form, you must be very, very careful. You have to read 2 to 3 times, then only you have to start filling. Before submitting the form, you have to check the details, then only you have to submit the form. This instruction I am giving not only for digitalized one. If you write in manual also, you have to check 2 to 3 times, then only you have to hand over the form. Let me read the fields of a form. Name, date of birth, address, pin code, signature, etc. For filling the form, they gave some instruction. Let me read out that. Listen, children. When you are writing your name, you should keep some points in your mind. What is that? Sometimes you may need to write the first, middle and a surname. If you have any, you have to note down. Next one is date of birth. How will you write date of birth? This is the date on which you were born. It is usually written as the day, followed by the month, followed by the year in numerals. Next one is address. This is the postal address, which includes your house number and the details of the street, area and the city. Suppose when you are filling this, if you wrote the door number or plot number wrongly, it will go to someone's house. So when you are writing that details, you must be very careful. Pin code. This is a group of numbers used by the post office to identify a region. It is an important part of an address. Okay, so you should not omit this. You must write your pin code address. Next one is signature. This is your name or initials written by hand in a specific way. In your book, they gave one example paragraph. You have to read that and you have to find out which one is first name, last name, which one is date of birth, address and pin code for filling the form. I'll read out the paragraph, children. Listen carefully and find out what is the first name, last name and date of birth, address and pin code. All the 5 you have to tell after reading the paragraph. Okay, children? Harish Sethi was born on 5th December 1999. He lives in Agra in a house named Shuk Nivas. His house number is 13 in Rajanagar. His postal code is 282001. Harish filled a form asking for personal information like this. What is his first name? Yes, first name Harish. What is his last name? Sethi. What is his date of birth? 5th December 1999. Or you can write December month in numbers, that is 5/12/1999. Address. What is his address? Shuk Nivas, number 13, Rajanagar, Agra. What is his pin code? 282001. Like that you have to fill the form. Okay, children? That's all. This session also over. So next class I will teach remaining 2 sessions in employability skills, that is communication skills lesson. Okay children? Along with this PowerPoint I am sending exercises also. Go through that children. Go through that and find out the answer. Read this children. We'll meet you in the next class. Thank you children.